live.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the beauty of live radio because
Right.
our intro just got screwed up and Heshy's going to be fired
I
up
know.
tonight.
I was screaming. I was ready to say, "Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Just a Heshy show." But my microphone didn't work because my new producer is as stupid as the old producer.
No
And the
comment
old-
on that,
I know.
Heshy.
I know. I
No
just
comment.
curse my producers. I like my producer, but they purposely do it to irrite me. You know. I don't know why. And Devora, every week she calls me. I'm going to be on time. She's always late, but she was on time today to upset me. You know why? She actually came on time. He says, "I want to show you, Heshy. I'm going to piss you off and not be late." Anyways, Devora, first of all, before you, I have to welcome Tom because he always comes early. Tom, welcome back. How was your week? You know, happy Sukkot. I know you're not Jewish, but happy Sukkot.
I feel like I'm Jewish walking into Borough Park. It was funny. I actually purposely walked from 53rd Street and 8th Avenue all the way
No.
here. And I
Oh,
did.
wow,
And I
wow.
felt like Heshy, I was Jewish. I feel like I should honestly convert. Maybe I should convert from Catholicism to...
I was at my campaign manager's house, and he's Christian Greek, and he was telling me to switch sides as well. You know what I mean? He says, "Heshy, we'll give you a couple of days off." You know.
Well, I think we're in this district. In his district, he might have his own issues.
Right. And Devora, you beautiful lady, how are you? You look so much prettier all the time. See, Devora was already commenting before the show. She looked at my notes. "You can't talk about these people." I said, "Devora, first of all, I didn't talk yet about them, but I will. I will knock it. This is my show. What's the name of the show, Tom?"
As far as I know, it's the Just Enough Heshy show.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Devora. Don't just laugh. Say yes. Just enough Heshy.
Yes, just enough Heshy.
Thank you, Devora. Thank you. Okay, guys, I want to welcome you guys to the show. We have a lot to talk about. A lot of things happened this week.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And by the way, some stuff happened exciting to me. Some stuff happened exciting to Tom. We'll talk about on the big picture of the political agenda of the country. And then
Yes.
we have some local stuff that Tom really hates. He was screaming at me at 2 a.m. He called me up just to wake me up and said, "Heshy, I'm not in. I'm quitting." I said, "No, Tom, please stop. I'm
Well,
buying."
that's the campaign manager there for you. That campaign
Okay,
manager.
so I had to apologize to Tom and buy him a sandwich, which I'm not buying.
Well, you could have bought the sandwich and had it for yourself. That would actually been a good
Happens to
gift.
be I did.
What sandwich did you get, actually?
Corned beef, as always.
That's an excellent sandwich. I
Yes,
hope you
we
got
did.
it from our friends at Meetup on Victory Boulevard and Jewett Avenue.
You know what? I should have made you pick one up for me. I like those guys.
That's a good guy. I
But
always
I
pass
like my
by.
guy on 13th on Coney Island Avenue.
Essence, yep.
Because
Yep.
Devora likes that. You like Essen, Devora?
Yeah.
Oh, me and Devora went out to lunch this week.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, she called me up and says, "Hey, she come pick me up." I said, "But you're in Midtown Manhattan." She says, "I don't care, come get me." So I get to Manhattan. She's not where she's supposed to be. "Come on, Devora." She said, "I'm taking a cab." Now, I know she's lied because a cab does not take 10 blocks to come 45 minutes.
No, it should have took... like.
Oh, you didn't take... It was 45 minutes for you to get there. You were late. You live in the city. You work 10 blocks away. I'm driving from Brooklyn. I beat you at the place. But she found a nice place.
I took a city bus.
I knew it. I knew
You might be
it.
the first person I've heard that takes a city bus.
I
that
know,
lives in
I
the
know,
city.
I know. In the city. But Devora and me had a wonderful lunch. We sat in the sukkah. We chatted politics. And Devora was very cool. I mean, and we met some nice people in the sukkah. Devora just couldn't believe I just started talking to people out of the blue. Right, Devora?
That's right.
And the boy contacted me, a nice young man from, where is he?
Avi?
England, Avi.
Wow.
Yeah, he contacted me. By the way, I promised
He
to...
works for Tikkun.
Something. So, by the way, I went into Spectrum. You know Spectrum, the cable company? So I have a problem with my cell phone. They couldn't really help me. So I met this guy, Lewis, there. Very nice man. Kept making me go in and out of the store 100 times. I told him I'm going to make fun of him. He's a good-looking guy, but, Lewis, you didn't help me, Lewis. You didn't help me at all.
Now, and while you say that, we are now actually on the air on some of our radio stations. Like
Oh, gosh, you know, I didn't even start.
620 WSNR, want to say hello to them. 1640 WJPR, and of course, can never forget about 93.5 FM WVIP. And as I promised, I wanted to give a happy birthday to our very good friend, Mr. Josh Bailey, sometimes from Ohio, sometimes from Bay Ridge, Brooklyn, and his birthday that just passed on Saturday. I wanted to give him a happy birthday. Also, shout outs here to Black Beauty, Yehuda Silber, all the way from Cleveland, Heshy. We've got X.I. Lee and Mr. Anthony Finkel, who is from the friendly confines of Ditmas Park and says he wants to pick up a lawn sign here soon. So while Heshy's having having some technical difficulties with that. I wanted to say hello to everybody, and especially all of our radio stations out there that have now joined us here over the next 55 or so minutes as Heshy continues to struggle with Instagram. That will be the life of Mr. Harold Tischler, and a lot has happened here in the world of politics. Heshy touched upon some stuff locally. We'll certainly get into that. It impacts Heshy's race and also national stuff. So there you go, Heshy.
That's right. That's right. First of all, I want to welcome all of our. I guess I don't know what I'm doing with this stupid Instagram. I don't know, man.
You're just like cursed with Instagram. You know,
I hate Instagram. You know,
the
because
Chicago Cubs in baseball could never win a World Series. You're almost never able to get Instagram right. It's almost like the curse of Instagram for Heshy Tischler. Just enough on Instagram, you have problems with it, Heshy.
I know. Keep going. I'm going to be right back.
But obviously, as you do that here, we have a lot to talk about here in local politics. We're going to talk, obviously, Heshy was at a protest recently in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn last night, where a number of other city council candidates were in the house also speaking about it. Also, Heshy's been involved, and he touched upon some stuff locally in the Republican Party in Brooklyn that Heshy obviously has a few things to say on. I'm sure that we'll get into that. And obviously, to me, the big thing, which is everybody's talking about in the world, is this whole thing with the Speaker of the House. That's
right. We're going to get to that as well. And I don't really care about this stupid Instagram. It's just not working. I don't really care anymore.
Maybe you should just try like TikTok if that's a thing.
Somebody's messing around with my Instagram.
But obviously, Heshy, as you continue to do that, we should certainly focus on the show. And I'm always curious, what is your joke of the week? Obviously, you got your other joke.
Give me a minute.
Well, obviously, as you continue to do that, if you want to give us a call, actually, you can do that at 646-974-1580. That is 646-974-1580. And I'm actually going to take the opportunity to promote myself because I actually am also on YouTube. And if you like a break from the world of politics, I actually cover the world of wrestling, all types. I also do NFL, the National Football League, or the No Fun League, as some used to say. And I do that Friday nights. That'll be 10 o'clock Eastern Time on SportsWire Radio. That's YouTube at SportsWire Radio, 6579 backspace stream. So if you're on YouTube, give me a sub and I'll join the conversation with you. Tell me what's on your mind. I'm also 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. I have my own internet radio station, which is heard on sportnarium.com/player. So if you like a break from what Heshy talks about, come on and join me. And also I want to say hello to everybody that is tuned in. That is also celebrating holidays. Obviously, we've seen Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur that's passed. Sukkot is obviously in the middle of it, so we're getting ready here for the end of the holidays here, and we look forward to everybody joining back. And if you want to stop by and talk with Heshy, the campaign's going to start ramping up. Heshy's got a whole bunch of new lawn signs. He's got posters. He's got palm cards. And if you want to join us here, we're at 5318 16th Avenue, corner of 54th Street here in beautiful Borough Park, Brooklyn. We're about 2.5 blocks away from the D train, so come on down, say hello to Heshy, and come on and help the campaign. The campaign's got a little bit of momentum the last 12 or so hours, and come on and join in, Heshy.
I think I got the Instagram working, so welcome, Instagram. Welcome all my YouTube friends and Facebook friends. I'm sorry it took me so long. And by the way, Lenny invited me to a party, a rally. And he
I wouldn't call it a party.
Right, he promised me to speak, and I came there, and all he did was pitch this guy, Ari Kagan, who's Ari Kagan, some idiot.
He was right. He was
running for city council, and
and
Curtis Lewa ignored me. And Curtis Lewa ignored me. I was so angry about Curtis Lewa. Who? Lenny's on the phone already. Well, Lenny,
that's exactly why
I'm very upset with Lenny. I'm going to scream at Lenny soon. He makes me come to this party. He has these big cigars in his car. He wouldn't give me a cigar, and whatever. And he kept me waiting. But right now we're going to start our show. We are upset about so many different things. We are upset what they're doing to my city. And by the way, I'm going to tell you some secrets now about what we've done, and I want you people to be proud of me. November 7th is coming. Happy holidays. Happy Sukkot.
Yes.
And I want to tell you about my little quote for the day.
Let's do it.
Devorah, are you ready?
I am.
Okay. Those who expect to reap the blessings of freedom must, like men, undergo the fatigue of supporting it. You must understand that freedom is not free. It's tireless effort. I fight for it every day. So does Tom. And you don't think that Tom fights. He screams and hollers and runs around and protects me and many of our fellow people and helps our election campaign. For how many years already are you doing this, Tom?
17 years.
17 years. So Tom loves freedom. And Devorah is a lawyer who fights for freedom and has been on many campaigns. You know, Devorah, the Jewish press endorsed me. Tom, did you know about that?
You know, I had heard through the grapevine that this was going to happen, and obviously you're telling me a whole whole audience
Yeah,
here.
yeah. Everybody, the Jewish press has endorsed me, and a whole bunch of more people are popping out to endorse me. And you're going to see that somebody's pointing something to the screen, but I don't really care. Right now, you're going to wait. Anyways, I want to just tell you my other quote: freedom is the sole possession of those alone who have the courage to defend it. I defend my freedom. Mr. Mayor, I'm not scared of you. Mr. President, I'm not scared of you. Come after me. I'm ready. I'm ready to fight you. I'm ready to go to war. I don't care if you come to my house, but just remember, this time, I'm going to fight back. This time, I'm going to win. And if it's not going to be now, I'm going to keep going. I'm too old for you guys to touch my freedom and to touch my family. So I want you all to know this is not a warning. This is a public service announcement. Come after me. I'm coming back to you guys. I really am. And I want the whole city to join me. I want the whole country to join me. I want you to be ready because you know what, Tom?
What?
The FBI today, we found out, has some kind of, and I swear to you, it was in the Newsday, I think it was, a 19-page article, how the FBI is going after MAGA Trump supporters and calling them domestic terrorists.
Well, listen, that we know all the time this happens.
But that's illegal.
They do it.
It's illegal. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear you. You're giving me an excuse, and I don't agree.
I'm with you, Heshy.
I know you are, but it's just wrong. No, and we have to come back and bust their heads. Mr. FBI, I'm not scared of you either. Come after me. I have nothing for you to touch, and I promise you, I'm not scared of you this time. I've learned the system. Anyways, here's my joke. Would you like to hear a funny joke?
I hope so.
It's a very funny joke, right? Anyways, I was sitting with my granddaughter, Meira Nava, which we're going to do a shout out. Yeah, we forgot to do our shout outs. I want to shout out to Meira Nava, my granddaughter. Sergeant Peter. I love that guy. Ellie, my boy.
Yes.
And Layla and Yeshua. I want you. So I'm sitting with. I'm sitting. And what about you? Did you shout out to Finkel?
I gave Josh Bailey a happy birthday.
I like Finkel.
Anthony Finkel, who by the way wants to stop by the office, pick up some lawn
Finkel,
signs.
come on, boy. I come by. We'll buy you a soda. No, really, I have no more money left. Linda really emptied me this
He can
week.
afford it, actually.
Yeah, he could. So Finkel, buy me a soda here, cheap.
He lives not far from Essence, by the way. He lives not far from Essence.
Anyway, I want to tell you my joke. So I'm sitting with my 5-year-old granddaughter. We picked her up and we were sitting at house and I put on the TV and golf popped up on television. You know what golf is, right, Devon?
I do.
Thank God. You know, you hit the ball with the stick.
Something tells me, Heshy, you don't strike me as a golfer.
Oh, I'm not a golfer. I love the golf cart, but I don't like golfing. So I'm sitting there with my granddaughter, and she's starting to like golf. I said, no, it's golf. You don't know. Golf is very hard. And she was like laughing at me, this 5-year-old little genius. She says, I want to go golfing. So I said to her, okay, if we go golfing, I'm going to make you my caddy. Okay, I didn't think she'd ever remember what I was saying, you know what I mean? And the next day we had off, and my son told me, go take Meira Nava out. So I said, Meira, let's go out. She said, I want to go golfing. And I was laughing to myself. I can't believe this 5-year-old remembered it. I said, okay, we're going to go to the golf court. There's one on 86th Street. Let's go over there. We went over to the golf course, and as we get in there, I'm checking in there, and Meira says to me, I'm the caddy. And I'm laughing to myself, really, this girl remembers everything. So I said, okay, Meira, let me explain to you something. A caddy has to count strokes. So I said to her, how much is 9 plus 8 plus 15? She says 5. I said, you're my caddy. You're my caddy, baby. She was a good caddy because she didn't know how to add up so well. Anyways, we give our shout outs.
Yes.
I want to give one more little announcement. My in-laws in Baltimore, Silver Spring, the black family, my in-law lost his father today. So I want to wish him the well. I want to wish him all the, a good year, and I'm hoping the best. And I'm going to be driving out to Baltimore, Silver Spring on Monday. So all my fans out in Baltimore, I'm going to be stopping by Dougie's for dinner. So if you want to pop by for an autograph.
It's a great time in Baltimore right now. The Orioles are in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah?
I
hate the Orioles. I always hated the Orioles. I always hated Boston.
Well, they're playing really well
I know. My Yankees are dead. Stop it.
You're welcome. I'm a Mets fan, so what can I say?
I'm going to start with my local politics, and Tom hates this. I know, Tom, you hate this, and DeVoe, I want you to hear this.
Okay.
This week, the Republican pig Satan, Ted Gora.
Who?
Yeah, Ted Gora. He's the Republican Brooklyn chairman who's done nothing. 3 Republicans got elected in the last 4 years or 5 years, and 2 of them were by mistake.
And they were Democrats.
They were really Democrats. He is a devil that makes deals. He even made a deal with Kalman Yeager. He promised me he wouldn't put him...
And Simcha Feldman.
And he promised me, and he ended up lying and cheating. And Kalman Yeager. So anyways, he now had to resign. They're saying for personal personal reasons. I think he did something sneaky with money because I know 110,000 is missing.
They didn't have any money though.
They have no money. They only have 2,000 in their
hasn't had
account.
money
How
in
does
like
the
7
Republican committee have no money? Have no money.
Because they're in the business of electing Democrats.
Yeah,
You answered the question.
okay.
All the people that won in Brooklyn are
So
Democrats.
anyways, we decided they want to put this guy Richie Bassimian in, and I don't want him in there. So
Right.
what happened is me and Nachman Kala have come up with an idea.
I know Nachman.
We're going to they made an emergency vote for a new
Election.
chairman,
Right.
and they didn't tell anybody. And then they told us all the last minute, and they did it on Friday night. But they can't do it Friday night because the Jews can't come.
Right.
So they decided to do it Friday morning. But these idiots are so stupid. They don't know that Friday was a Jewish holiday as well. So we filed an injunction to stop them so we can go out and collect more proxies. But you're right, they do have a lead in the votes, and you know they cheat. So we're even going to try to put in the injunction to try to get an independent referee. They are calling left and right. Kalman Yeager, the Democrat, called my guy, Nachman Kala. Heshy's running the show. Heshy's taking over the party. Heshy had nothing to do with it. Heshy did not even part of the vote. Of course I'm going to help. Of course I have money. Of course I'm going to try to stop them. But there's and then Simcha Felder called. And other people were calling, Heshy. I'm not even part of this Republican Party for a couple of years. And all of a sudden, Heshy's here. They're all nervous about me. I'm coming after you guys.
Because you came out there out of the woodwork and you shook them up. And
I'm going to continue shaking them up. And they're all telling me to behave myself, that if I behave myself one more year, next year when Kalman retires, they all
But
going
they
to
told you that during COVID. They
Right.
said, yeah, we'll support you. Go run in the Heim Deutsch district. And what do they do for you then?
They lie. DeVoe, say lie.
Lie.
Thank God you said something.
And the new guy that you're talking about, who was the bodyguard for Gora, right? The big guy.
Richie Bassimian.
Another loser. You know,
Right.
he's going to do nothing.
He's going to do nothing. He's doing the same thing as before. Now, I like Richie Bassimian. He's a nice man, but being a nice man with no brains doesn't help us at all.
But that's what the Republicans in Brooklyn are
And
about.
we need a change. We need to fight back. I was Republican leader. I promise you, you'd have 30 more, 40 more people, more district leaders, more Republicans in there. I'd raise money like you've never seen before. These guys don't know what they're doing, and they take.
Well, and that's why the Republican Party in Brooklyn.
And guys, November 7th is coming.
Well, that's a better thing.
And I want you to beat Kalman Yeager. I want Kalman Yeager out. He's a zero. He's a zero, guys. And I'm not just talking to you from out of my blue. You know, DeVoe does want me to talk about. There's a guy by the name of Lester Chang. I liked him for a while. Lester Chang. He became assemblyman by mistake because his opponent was that Peter Abadi.
Peter Abadi, long time.
So Peter Abadi started ripping down the signs of his opponent and other people. So people got angry that this guy, he was doing something dirty, so he lost the election. Lester Chang got it by mistake, and he ended up hiring my ex-co-host Sawyer. Biggest idiot on the planet. She doesn't even know how to add. Really, if you think my granddaughter does not add, this one does not add. And she's his chief of staff. Oh my God, this guy does not know what's going on. No wonder, Lester Chang, you have no chance of winning, and you are not going to be supported.
But they're all the same. Michael Novikov was a Democrat who supported Bernie Sanders.
Bernie Sanders, you believe
and he
it?
supported Stephen Simba with Alec Bakrasny, who was a lifetime liberal Democrat. I've known Alec.
I like Alex. The only problem is again, you know what he tells me? He says he was walking on the street in Flatbush on the holiday, and he saw a lot of cars booted.
Right.
You're the assemblyman.
And why are you in Flatbush and not doing anything?
Right. Why aren't you doing anything? Why are you contacting me? And I know about that. That's why we try to stop them in Borough Park, and we have warnings. But now you're allowing them to boot our cars. Boot our cars. Even if we're right, we still have to pay the fines. That's the way it works in New York City. You can't even appeal. You can't even appeal your fine unless you pay it first. That is pure against the Constitution.
Heshy, I have a feeling that these guys who all won by accident, they're going to get to boot very soon.
I hope so.
I think they
hope
are.
so.
I think they're gonna
Anyways, let's talk about your thing now.
Yes.
I want to show you how stupid our country is. We finally win the Republican. Oh, he's waving to me. Is that Lenny screaming to get on the phone? Tell Lenny to give me a few more seconds. I want to just talk about, because I want to talk to Lenny about his migrant problem. We do have a migrant problem. We are going to talk about how Lenny didn't let me talk and give me a cigar. Did you know that Boomy programmed, I don't know, with a ringtone, Wonder Woman? You believe this grown 60-year-old man has his telephone programmed to Wonder Woman? God help me. This guy is sick in his brain. And you know what? He by the way, when I posted a video of him screaming at the people on the street and kicking people, he's also one of my ex-callers. He actually hit and run somebody in Long Island. We have to love this country.
We're silent on YouTube.
You can't let
you know.
illegal migrants come in here in the masses. You know, your stupid mayor, but your mayor, Adams.
De Blasio?
That was a stupid mayor. Now we have a stupider one.
It's like Dumb and Dumber. You ever seen the movie Dumb and Dumber?
Adams now says, I'm going to try to fix the flooding. I understand. You see flooding happening time after time again. After now, you know, my building also got flooded because my stupid plumber didn't clean the sewer. You know what I mean? I told him, but again, the flooding was so bad. People's basements, houses were ruined, backyards were ruined, and they don't care. The city doesn't care, and it's easy fix. You need proper people, proper engineers, proper contractors, not inspectors who have no knowledge of what they're doing because they know how to read a set of plans. This whole city has to be changed, and when I get in there, I'm going to give me a shot, people. Give me a shot. Give me 2 years because you haven't done anything till now. You have nobody in there. You're allowing them to abuse you. You have Mayor Adams going on a national, worldwide tour telling migrants, don't come here, but we're leaving the borders open. I mean, is that stupid?
That's just the people in office.
And you know the people who have money in other countries are not the migrants. It's the people that are very poor, the people that have no money, have nothing, and are promised a dream. He's telling them the dream is a lie. You know that when somebody dreams about something, they don't care what somebody else says.
No, and obviously we're trying to get our YouTube picture. We've lost picture.
Of course we've lost picture. How did we lose picture? How did we lose picture? He's pointing his finger to me. Keep talking. I don't understand. We pay you a lot of money. Why does the show always get messed up? I'll tell you why. Because I have a stupid new producer. I don't know what I'm doing here. What am I doing? Did we lose sound?
No, we have sound. We just lost picture. So unfortunately,
how could we lose picture?
And people are commenting saying, you know, when I told them we're trying to get back on. So if you are losing us, you can still listen to us.
We are going to be right back. At least my Instagram people are listening and watching. Thank you, Instagram. You know, if we lost picture on YouTube, we lost picture on Facebook. He's not putting the camera back on. Can I have a pen to throw at him? Give me a pen. I want to have a pen to throw at him. I told him to test the system. Well,
I think we did. We were trying to test it before, and we thought everything was fine, and that's kind of.
I'm not paying them. I promise you. This week they're not getting paid. I promise you.
I don't know anything about that. What I do know is we are still on the air. So I guess if somebody wants to call in, maybe this is a good time.
Okay, maybe you could put Lenny on. At least Lenny will entertain us. You want to put Lenny on, Mr. Producer?
No, I have a feeling.
But why aren't we getting? Can you tell us why we're not getting picture, producer? How long will we get the picture back?
He says he's working on it. He's
working on it means that I'm an idiot.
Lenny's on the line here, so let's bring
Lenny.
him on.
How are you, Lenny?
I'm good.
Wait. Before you start, Lenny, I am very angry with you,
I got to commend you, even though it was a last-minute thing, that you showed up in Bay Ridge. I didn't see Yeager there. I didn't see Felder there. You came. People should know that you are 24/7 active. Well, except for, Shabbos. But
even Shabbos, I want you to know Shabbos. But Lenny, even Shabbos, Lenny, even
because of the migrants being put in Bay Ridge, and you know what? It could be Borough Park next. It could be Flatbush. So people should sit back and realize this on November 7th.
I wish.
I give it to you.
But Lenny, I want you to know.
Hats off to you.
Lenny, it's not only that. Shabbos, I do volunteer. I do go to the hospitals. I do have a whole schedule running around. Now the phone is beeping, and the producer doesn't even know that the phone is beeping in my head.
Well, I just want to say one thing on yesterday's thing.
But Lenny, I want you to know why I'm angry at you. I don't mind you telling me to come to an event, and I'll come to any event. But you know what my problem is? My problem is that when you tell me to come to an event and you promise me something to speak or be there, just keep your word. I don't mind if you idiot.
And Justin Brannan's going to clean his car.
And you know that Ari Kagan, by the way, did support migrants. Ari Kagan does not care about the homeless issues. Ari Kagan was councilman for 2 years, and he's the one who did support congestive pricing, said nothing to stop it. Nothing to stop it. I don't understand you guys, and now you want to elect him and support him. Curtis Lewa, what's wrong with you, Curtis? Really, what's wrong? I like you, Curtis, but what's wrong with you? Stop with the gumbaying. Become a real mayor.
You got your sound back.
We got the sound back. So that's good news. Thank you, Lenny, for that. Yeah, but you know, I think Heshy's right, hit the nail on the head, because a guy like Ari Kagan, who has never done anything to support anybody, where Heshy, as you know, Len, has been on the front lines for years, should have been front and center up there last night. He's the guy that's been fighting. Ari Kagan is fighting because his district got eliminated, and it's all inside the baseball
and you know what?
politics.
Somebody called me today and said, you know, Ina looks like a crackhead. And the truth of the matter is I didn't pay attention, but she is skinny and she looks like she uses meth. She also, 2 years in the office, and what has she passed? She's passed Anti-Semitism Day. Who really cares? Of course we don't want anti-Semitism.
But it's just like that budget that they passed that supported funding for the migrant shelters. That city council budget, $1.4 billion.
And she promised. And you know what? Here comes the shelter in your neighborhood in Bay Ridge. Oh yeah, you pushed it over a little bit.
Beach. They talked about Manhattan Beach now putting migrant shelters in the New York Post article you quoted.
And she's doing nothing about it, and you dumbbells thing. Now, I did invite Amber. I did invite.
Adams left the country to go over to his country now to say stop the migrants from coming in. So they're probably
that'll work. Really, after telling everybody, come in. Now he's telling her, oh, please don't come back. I mean, that's going to really work.
Yeah,
it's a joke.
I tell you, I want to ask you guys a question.
Yes.
I want to go on the subject, and you especially, DeVoe, since you're such a lawyer. Poor Mr. Trump. He said today on one of his videos, he says, and you know the judge, I want you to read this last paragraph that I printed out today, and I want you to see it. A Manhattan judge deciding Donald Trump's $250 million civil fraud trial, okay? His civil fraud trial, okay? He banged his head. He banged his hand on the table and he says, "This is ridiculous that you're a good thing. I like that, but the problem is..."
And that was what McCarthy was supposed to do. He was supposed to go out there. He was given the majority, and he failed the people. The voters are the people that have been hurt time and time again. Listen, the Republicans get the majority, and it's just like how you talk about the local Republicans and these bums that won. And we're back on YouTube now. It's the same thing in Washington. I don't care if it's Mike Lawler, Maliotakis, who you back. They all do nothing. They, in my mind, they shouldn't come back. They should not come back.
Welcome back. I think work. Welcome back our YouTube. I'm hoping Facebook, and I'm hoping our live radio audience. I know you were off the air. My producers are, I think, smoking marijuana now.
Well, we're back on YouTube, and I'm glad we're back on now because you know what, Heshy? McCarthy had a majority, and what did he do with it?
The point is he didn't have a majority. He never had a majority. Those 8 people always voted against him. He never had a majority,
because
even though he was.
Because they had principles.
Look, you know what I like about this new guy who took over a speaker temporary?
With the bow tie?
Yeah, but you know what I like about him?
What?
The first day he threw Pelosi out of her office.
Right.
Why didn't McCarthy do that?
Because McCarthy had no backbone. That's why Gates wanted a motion to vacate the speaker office. Look, if you're in city council, are you going to go along with everybody?
No.
And your campaign manager is trying to change you into this lovey-dovey, I'm getting along with everybody, but the people want you to be the Heshy Tishel that fought for the community, and you're going to be in the same boat.
No. What I'm doing now is I'm not trying to change, even though my campaign manager wants me to
He wants you to change for himself, not for you,
No,
Heshy.
he wants me to be more calmer so that people will hear the message. The problem with the people hearing the message is, but hearing a message and not doing anything about it doesn't accomplish anything. I'm going to calm down for you, but then I can't.
But you're the fighter, and that's what I think the problem is with Washington. And to me, it hasn't mattered whether Pelosi was in there, Paul Ryan, John Boehner. They all come in there, and they're a part of the system. It's like drain the swamp, right? Right now, Washington is at the worst position it's ever been, right? We all agree.
And I want to just tell you something. You know, Senator Feinstein died.
Yes.
this week.
Who got
She
pushed
was
away
she was
from
an
all this.
actual senator, and she was 90-something years old. What is wrong with you people?
We
What's
have a
with the-
phone call.
What phone call? Are we back on the air?
Yes,
You
we're
took
back
us off
on
the air.
YouTube.
You're fired. Please leave.
We're back
Please
on-
leave.
if we have a
I don't want you
caller,
leaving.
put 'em through.
You had me over. What caller do we have? I mean, I hope somebody could. But anyways, here's my point. Senator Feinstein died, and they
Yes.
replaced her with some lady who's a lesbian, by the way. DeVoe, do you mind a lesbian senator?
Yes, we're back on YouTube, and we're waiting for the call. Yes,
DeVoe,
put the caller through.
you don't want to comment on the lesbian thing?
We got a caller. Caller, you're on the line.
You know the law states man and woman, not woman and woman. I just want you to know
Heshy,
that.
we got a caller. Caller.
Who's on the phone, caller?
Hello.
Hi.
How you doing? This is Paul calling out of the South.
Hi, Paul. How you
I
doing?
wanted to call and talk about the importance of friendship. I feel like recently today I've had like pretty much all of my friends that I thought they were truly my friends, you know, and they've left every group. They've completely stopped talking to me.
Thank
For
you,
no
Paul.
reason.
What's the point? You got 30 seconds.
I don't.
Thank you
hung up
very
on
much,
it?
Paul. Have a great
Paul,
night.
I'm sorry,
You're
Paul.
talking about friendship right now.
Well,
we're talking
Paul,
about a problem in
we're
Washington.
talking about
Come
problem,
on,
but you know what,
get out.
Paul? If you want a piece of advice, and you sounded a little bit down, you know, the problem with friends, and me and Tom have quite a bit of it. We keep getting stabbed in the back, and me and Tom had a little bit argument this week because me and Tom are good friends. We stand by each other, and sometimes we have these fake friends. And
Well, you're getting in bed with some of them. Let's
I know that.
call
I
a
know
spade
that.
a spade.
I know.
You're getting in bed with
and
them.
Tom doesn't like that, and I
Because
agree
I
with you.
see, Heshy, for you being what you've been, and you're now getting people who want you to be in the swamp.
I know.
That's why I've been telling you, you got to watch
The
what you're doing.
the problem with the swamp is if I can't get in there to clean it, I won't be able to get in there. You know, like this week, my plumber messed up a building.
That really is the swamp.
Right, so it was so I had to go there and clean it myself, or would have never been cleaned. If I would have just left it to him to clean, it would have never gotten done. You know what I mean? My plumber, it happens to be my plumber, is the producer. That's why he screwed up the show. He's just a stupid. I'm firing him, by the way. He's fired. DeVoe, can you say he's fired? You're my lawyer. You got to protect. DeVoe, say something, God's sakes, because they think the show's off the air again.
Is it?
No, not yet. We still got 13 minutes. Anyways, I want you to know, guys, the city of New York is officially bankrupt. You people don't know it yet. It has no money. We're not getting money unless we get the migrant money. So Mr. Adams, who's on vacation, during a time of where migrants have nowhere to live, they're living on the street, where homeless issues are going up, suicides in the city have gone up by 25%, Tom. You know that?
I'm not surprised one bit about that.
It's no protection. Drugs, hundreds of applications now are coming in for the marijuana.
Well, we spoke about the opioid and fentanyl. We spoke about in prior shows.
And this man is busy with putting garbage cans on our covers and giving us fines and the congested pricing. That's what he's
Because
worried
he's
about.
a nanny state authoritarian.
Right.
That's the problem.
And they're opening up more of these, these street restaurants. You know what I mean? The street, what's it called again? You know, where the restaurants are supposed to eat on the street?
Outdoor dining.
The outdoor dining. Do you know that when you make these platforms, the rats and bugs live under it? I mean, as it is, we can't keep our restaurants itself clean and rat-free. You're telling me by having a restaurant on the street where rats and bugs run around all day long is normal? I mean, really, is that normal, Mr. Mayor? No sense, no control. You're right. I should
And
be
Anthony
mayor.
Finkel just sent me a picture when he was driving around in the neighborhood where there's basically tents of people living in the street. Tents.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Tents.
Tens of people. I mean, New York City is the greatest city in the world. We should be building. We should be making houses. We have $1 million houses. We've worked so hard to invest in our properties and lived there for 30 years. You know what?
I just want to come back to the caller that called from before. His name's Paul. He basically said kind of that he's not feeling too well right now, and he wanted to call just to say that he's going through some things.
Well, Paul, I'm sorry. You're welcome to call me on my private number, and if you want, me and Tom will even take you out to dinner for pizza, Tom.
Essence is okay.
Sukkot. I had so much guests.
And Superfly wants to point out, one of our local listeners, she saw store owners handling a thief trying to rob their store. They didn't call the cops, and it was over in a few minutes. Great to see.
Right,
So, that's
right.
out there.
And I saw a video of a lady robbing all the candy in a store, and they put cuffs on her, and she was complaining, and people are getting upset. They're arresting her. Are you crazy, people? Just open robberies, open nothing. Look at this. He's flapping his hands.
Well,
Yeah,
listen,
are we back on the air,
yes,
producer?
we're back on air.
Are you sure, producer?
Heshy,
Because
we're
I'm very
back
upset
on
with
air.
you.
Stay on focus. But here's what you just said. And I was
Yeah.
speaking with a voter in our district about this earlier today. This is all about Adams wants another bailout. You talked about the bankruptcy.
Yeah, but the bailout doesn't help. He only has temporary.
But he just wants to get to the next election. He doesn't care. Listen, it's
Right.
the line that I used with somebody today also about kicking the can down the road. Every politician from Adams to McCarthy
Right.
to Hochul to Vernikova to Yeager, Kagan, they're all in the same business. That's why I said to you
But
just
business, this is not business.
But
City
they
council,
look at it. But they
city-
look at it as a
I know,
business.
I know that.
They
And-
look at it as a business.
You know what? I have somebody that has problems with their trees, and people. There was one guy with his branches were actually falling on
I
his
spoke
house.
to a guy today
Today,
on West
so
2nd Street.
the Parks Department to get them to come to you takes months, and the damage that it's caused to your cars and houses till they come and fix it, if they fix it, and the red tape doesn't make sense. One guy, I told him call the fire department. He called the fire department. Boom, they came and fixed the branches because if he would cut it down, he'd get in trouble by the fire
Right.
department. It wouldn't get in trouble. It's just the red tape. The politics in this city is just ridiculous, and you need somebody. You're right. I could do a much better job as mayor, deputy mayor, but I want to get into city council, and the reason it's for this is we control the money. You're right, the mayor is the boss, but we can hold him back. We could stop the city from him, or we can create budgets around him, or we can veto him if we have enough power and override him on any budget and any bill. The way it works, and the first bill I'm going to put into effect.
All right, what are you gonna put
The
in?
first bill is that you have a right, New York City citizens, and we have to do it twice, to recall any mayor, any councilman.
And we have a caller coming in here. We've got 9 minutes, so let's bring the caller
yeah,
in.
yeah. Come on, caller. Who's calling on the show?
We're waiting for that person to come in, so we're obviously waiting for them to see it. And Superfly says she actually cut her own tree. Caller, you're on the air.
No
Hello?
call. Yeah, hello.
Hi, Mr. Tischler. My name's Asher. I used to live in Williamsburg, but I recently had to move out to New Rochelle because Eric Adams is absolutely destroying New York City.
You know, Asher, it's not that we agree with you. Of course, we agree with you. But it's not only Eric Adams. It's all the people that we voted into
Kathy
city.
Hochul, it's the whole swamp.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's the whole
exactly.
swamp.
Amen. See what he just said? It's the whole swamp. It doesn't matter Democrat or Republican. They're all the incumbent party.
Right.
And that's what it comes down to because the people in office don't want to do nothing because, like I said, they want to kick the can down the road because they don't care. All they care about is getting their pension, getting their paycheck, and moving on to the
We
next
should
job.
stop all of that. You know, I don't have a problem with people getting their pensions, but anybody in elected offices should not get a pension.
No elected official should get a pension.
Right.
No
No,
elected
no,
official.
no,
There's definitely
no.
term limits. You already know that, Mr. Tischler.
Amen to that. This
Yeah.
is a guy we need more people like him.
I know.
646-974-1580. Give us a call.
Right, Usher, thank you for
You know,
calling in. I hope you like our show.
Get involved in your local politics.
Oh, you cut him off. Why'd you cut him off?
I
like
think he's
Usher.
got somebody else coming through.
I
That's
like
why
Usher.
he was
I
trying.
liked Usher.
Well, Asher, if you want to come back in or just sign up to help us out, HeshyTischler.com,
Right.
5318 16th Avenue,
Right.
corner of 54th Street,
Do
right
we have
by
another
the gate.
caller, producer? No, thank God. You just cut off Usher. I don't know why you cut him off. Anyways,
Well, he's like a quarterback trying to run the 2-minute drill right now.
2-minute drill. He doesn't know what he's doing. I
Well, he
mean,
could do a better job than the Jets and the Giants right now because
I know that.
we got Aaron Rodgers out, Zach Wilson's in, he can't do anything.
Right.
You got Daniel Jones who can't do nothing, and
Did you
everybody's
see what
talking-
happened to your Giants yesterday? What was it, 90-0?
I did, and I think people are talking more about Taylor Swift than the Jets and Giants right now.
I know. And I don't really like Taylor Swift. I don't
Well,
like
the
her.
ratings seem to like her, and she's not too bad on the eyes.
I know that. I'm not allowed to look at her.
You-
but
I
I have a
can look,
question
you
for
can't.
you.
Yes,
And
sir.
Who's she dating now?
She's dating Travis Kelce, a tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Wow. This girl has... Okay, she's sleeping with everything that moves. Is that normal?
I can't say anything about that. Divorce.
I
the
hear
lawyer.
sound. I hear music in the background. What's going on, producer? What's the sound? Okay, so close your door, you dumbbell. Look at the producer.
Welcome. This is one of the more interesting shows in show history, and obviously, Heshy, I want to say goodbye while we have a chance to 620 WSNR, 1640 WJPR, 93.5 FM WVIP. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank
with
you.
us.
I'm sorry,
Can't wait
guys,
to be
we
back
lost
with you.
you.
Next
I'm
week.
sorry, guys, we lost you for a while. Next week, I'm going to hire new producers and have these people shot. That's a joke.
Well,
That was a
we'll
joke.
follow that up, Heshy.
We're not joking, but we're going to go to another subject right now.
Yes.
And here's the subject, simple and plain. everybody's telling me they're going after Trump because he's the guy to do it.
Yes.
Now, and Trump got up on there and said these charges are trumped up. I mean, is there something that Donald? I mean, he knows the end of the day. He has to win the election, and he can stop it. Except for Georgia, which he can just, I don't know. I'm sure he could find some legal thing as president.
We spoke about Georgia
But
last
yesterday, I watched this stupid pig fat general, the head of the.
You said it. I didn't.
Okay, he's a pig general. He first was marching, and then he cursed out President Trump that he's crazy. Now we have a new what's it called again? The chief of the Joint Chiefs of Staff.
Joint Chiefs of Staff.
I really hope when Trump does get elected,
Yep.
he fires across the board, CIA, FBI, Department of Homeland, right across the board. Go out there and get rid of him. Change the Joint Chiefs of Staff.
So
Don't be
glad
scared.
that you said that, because I felt that one of the mistakes that Trump made the first time he was in office was he kept all of the same cast of characters, all of the Motley Crues, all of the people that were in the swamp, and they held it. They basically
Except for Comey, and he did great with that. He got rid of him right away, and things were better for a while. My point is even though he's going to put in incompetent or unexperienced people, and don't put in the people that were second in command or third
Have
in
you
command.
seen what we've went through the last 3 years? Whoever he puts in's got to be better than what we got now.
Right,
Heshy.
right.
You know that.
Anybody, any idiot would be better. And get some guys who are, we have soldiers and secret agents that have opened up private companies that are very successful. Don't go into some guy that's been there in the FBI or the CIA on the line, because he's following the same stupid rules as before. Go to the private industry, where the private spies, we make money. Us private businessmen make money. Mr. Trump, I know you don't know who I am. You've seen a couple of my videos. You bring me into your administration. I promise you I can take over. I would get rid of, I don't know how, but I hope when you become in, and he has to replace the Fed chairman. I think.
Well, yes, you're gonna have to replace a lot.
First thing you do, but I don't think he replaces the chairman until 2 years into his term, right?
I think it depends on how long his term would be. So I think his term, it's a 4-year term.
A 4-year term.
25.
I think really, so it ends somewhere in the middle of
25.
Right, we got to get rid of this stupid.
On these
power
interest
reserve.
rates, I got a feeling, I was reading something today, that we could be seeing like 12, 13% interest rates.
It's just not normal. Everything was going good. I don't know what this inflation you're talking about. Slow down the economy? Why? Make it quicker. Let people have more.
They don't want to. They don't want to.
It's not fair.
And the stock market, I don't even want to look at it anymore. I
Yeah.
was talking to one of my buddies yesterday, and he was like, "Did you see the stock market?" I was like, "No."
Yeah,
And then
400-point drops are like a normal thing today.
we gained apparently 13%, but in the last month, we lost it all back.
And my point is even if you made a profit over the last 2 years and you lost it all back and you're even, let's just say you're even, which you're not. The point is not making money is a loss, because your money is devalued.
The only thing you could do now, I hate to say, is put your money in an interest rate bank account. That's the only thing.
It's stupid. Even interest rate bank account doesn't make much money. You have to put it into a money market, a brokerage
they're
account.
5% now.
Yeah.
If you have $100,000, 5% something. It's
I
better
know
than what
that.
you get now,
It's-
because you're losing in a mutual fund like us. We have mutual funds and
Right,
these
and they're
stocks.
saying that it's coming back 50%. You're talking 2 years of suffering so hard that we work for our money, and they take it from us. And not only me, I know the guys who put away $200, $300 a week. Thank God, me and Linda, for the last 30 years, every week we put away $200.
Actually, I was a
$300.
kid. I have two brothers, and my other two brothers didn't save the money. I was always, as a little kid, taught to
Right.
save my money.
Me and Linda we put away our pennies, and that's why we were able to make a wedding for the kids.
Listen,
that's why we
that's
were
it.
able to make a bar mitzvah. That's why we were able to buy them a home and invest our money. And sometimes we didn't buy an extra pair of shoes. Sometimes I didn't buy the $55 tie, which now that
Or
I
the
can
Diet
afford.
Cokes, or going to Essence.
Yeah, Essence is
That was funny,
First of all, I
actually.
wish I would go more often, but I don't go more often. When me and Linda go to Essence, it's a treat for. I say, Linda, what do you want?
You
Linda,
can't get out of the restaurant when you go to Essence.
no, I know that, but when me and Linda, when I asked Linda when we want to go to Essen, I said, Linda, it's $70, $100. She says, Heshy, come on, treat me to it. Tonight is the $1 billion, Mega Millions?
Powerball, I think.
Powerball, whatever it is. I went and bought Linda $5 in on tickets. When I go home tonight, it's better than the flowers. It's better than the Essen corned beef. She's going to be so
I'll tell you
happy.
what, it'll be better. Listen, you win Powerball, it'll be better than City Council. It'll be better than Republican Party.
I
No,
want
you win
Linda to win
Powerball,
Powerball.
Heshy.
I want Linda to win Powerball. I don't really care. I'm happy with what I
Well,
have.
we're coming toward the last 45 seconds of the show. I want to make a quick announcement because next week on the show, we have our friend Diane Sayers coming back on the show.
Diane Sayers is running for Senate.
She's got a big fundraiser coming up also the following Saturday.
And
We're gonna
she's
talk
coming,
about that.
and she's coming on, and she's going to be coming on board to help us with calls.
Yes,
and having
big
people,
thing.
Yeah.
We got a lot of momentum today. Jewish press endorsement. Obviously, Diane's team coming to work with us. We
Right.
see that the writing is on the wall that Heshy Tischler is going to win this race despite whoever may try to stop him. That's why you want to go to heshytischler.com. And obviously, thank you everybody for tuning in. I hope you have a great night. Enjoy the rest of the holidays here, and we'll